Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. The Hurricane Watch Team is here with your latest update on the tropics. So, we got some things we definitely are going to be talking about today in terms of the tropics. So, let's get right into it. First thing I wanted to say is if you want to become part of the Hurricane Watch Team, you can either email me at hurricanewatchteam@gmail.com or you can direct message me through Instagram, Hurricane Watch Team. I put my Discord in the chat. You can add me as a friend on Discord, and you can DM me on Discord. There's other ways. I have a Twitter. You can DM me on Twitter. So there's several ways you can DM me if you want to be part of the Hurricane Watch Team. So that being said, here is our first thing we're going to be talking about. So we're going to start with the North Atlantic. As you can see right here, this is actually very hard for me to make out in terms of what I really want to see. Maybe. Okay, I don't care about this. Go away forever. No! What is going on here? Oh, actually, this is really helpful. So as you can kind of see right here near Florida region, right there, there's that area of low pressure. That's that area of investigation that the National Hurricane Center was watching, but now it's starting to fall apart. And the Hurricane Watch Team gives it a very low chance of developing. We don't think as a team, we don't think that it has a good chance of developing because of the low winds. It just doesn't have what it needs to develop. There's high pressure. It's stuck between high pressure, as you can kind of see. Right here's high pressure here and high pressure here, and so it's stuck, and so it can't really move, and so it's kind of stuck. Those are going to move away, and it's going to go into Georgia, South Carolina, parts of Florida, and produce lots of heavy rain. So flooding and heavy rain is going to be the biggest threat of this system right now. This is not going to be wind. It's not going to be tornadoes. Is going to be a big threat. But flooding is going to be the biggest threat with this system. So let me pull up what our things are. So currently, here's what the Hurricane Watch Team has forecast as of the 26th of July, 2021, 1200 UTC. Tropical storm info. Currently, we estimate it has winds of 50 miles per hour. It's about an air pressure of 988 millibars. Still, that air pressure is relatively high in terms of tropical systems. For only a 50 mile an hour tropical storm is 988 millibars. Very, very weak in terms of wind speed, but very much stronger in terms of air pressure. Invest, or Nepartak tropical system. We do think it has increased to about 50 miles per hour with an air pressure of 988 millibars. Invest 90L. Okay, I have text. I need to turn that off. And then Invest 90L, we think it's about 35 miles per hour with an air pressure roughly about 1,013 millibars. Roughly a 30% in the next 48 hours and a 30% in the next 5 days. Invest 98E, or 90C, or known as the Central Pacific. Roughly got winds, we think it has winds of 35 miles an hour and air pressure of 1,006 millibars. A 40% chance in the next 48 hours, a 40% chance in the next 5 days. That storm really isn't going to affect land, it's just going to go towards the west, not really affecting any land, but it's definitely certainly something to watch out for. We have another area that we're watching there in the East Pacific, designated by the National Hurricane Center, has a possibility of developing. I believe it's a 40% chance in the next 5 days, 0% in the next 48 hours. And also there's an area of investigation in the Carribean Sea. It's got 0% chance in the next 48 hours, or a 50% chance in the next 20% chance in the next 5 days. So we are getting these tropical waves coming off the coast of Africa here. Gotta scroll down here. So this is the monsoon trough. Alright, so there's a lot of moisture coming off Africa. Now when you have a lot of moisture coming off the continent of Africa, it lowers that dust. It really dampens the atmosphere and that dust sort of begins to settle. Now with that being said, if there's less dust, there's going to be less dry air, which means there's a bigger chance of stronger tropical systems. In the monsoon trough, you got the ITCZ, the Intertropical Convergence Zone right there. Going right along Africa, I'll actually show that to y'all. It's an intertropical convergence zone. You can see there's a lot of energy that comes through here. It's mainly where tropical systems come through. But because of high pressures being forced farther to the south, but it is moving towards the west, towards just to the south of Barbados there. Just to the south of Barbados there. moving relatively low. I can do this correctly. Relatively moving farther south because of that high pressure. So, because of that high pressure, it's moving farther to the south, which means it is not going to, any systems that do develop, they're not just going to come out to sea and do something like that, like we saw with Lorenzo back, I want to say, in 2019. Maybe that was 2018. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think that was in 2019. I'm not sure. And so, again, you know, we can see these systems not coming up through here, but going along the ITCZ, the Intertropical Convergence Zone. Something I'm definitely watching and very worried about. But there you go. There's that tropical wave right here. As you can kind of see, all these tropical waves have kind of stayed along the Intertropical Convergence Zone, the ITCZ, mainly because of that high pressure. So definitely something that I'm watching, something I'm a little bit worried about, given what we're going to probably see in the 2021 North Atlantic hurricane season. Lots of more intense storms, and unfortunately, I do not think we're going to have a below-average hurricane season. I know it's been quiet since Elsa made landfall there near in the panhandle in northern Florida, north of Tampa Bay, Florida. But again, I do think the systems are going to get back active again, and we could start to see a problem return in terms of tropical activity. Certainly, that is going to be a problem. Why does this exist? Go away. I don't care. This is difficult. This is going to be a problem, y'all. What is this? What is this? What is this? I don't need. Oh my god, this is bull crap. What if I just click on it? Rate our app. Nope, not rating your app. Okay, this is the problem. Can I just refresh? Does that work? Wonderful, it does work. Okay. So there's that. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so we have a better view of what we're looking at here. So there's that area low pressure, as you can see right there. Again, there's the Intertropical Convergence Zone. Tropical waves coming right through the southern Caribbean. Got and then we got this, I think that was a cool front that came through, but there's a, where that cool front is at, moving away from the United States. And tropical waves coming through the Caribbean. There's that area low pressure just off the coast of Georgia and Florida. Here is a better look at where this area of low pressure is at. So again, this is where that area low pressure is at. I actually can barely see that on the screen, so I'm going to have to zoom in because it's very difficult for me to see. So as you can kind of see, there's that area low pressure right here. Right there is where that area low pressure is at. So just off the coast of Georgia and Florida right there, going to produce quite a bit of heavy rain. I'm going to actually look at in terms of rain, in terms of flooding, because the flooding is going to be the biggest threat from this. Again, not going to be a storm surge or a wind event or even a tornado event. Just another really one of those tropical waves that comes through. Even though it's a tropical wave, not even a tropical depression or even a tropical storm, flooding is still going to be a big threat with these systems. Very, very bad. Almost reminds me of Imelda back in 2019. They produced quite a lot of flooding. It was really bad. Certainly some stuff going on here. So again, this is future tropical surface analysis forecast map. So again, we're getting these tropical waves. Here's the Intertropical Convergence Zone, monsoon trough there. So there is this area of low pressure down here in the Southwest Caribbean. So you can see right here, if I point it out. There it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. There's that area of low pressure. I've been watching it. Hasn't been doing too much. Just sitting there near Panama and Costa Rica. They're causing quite a bit of flooding there. Tropical wave just coming through the Caribbean like crazy. So certainly just big flood threats coming through the Caribbean is the biggest flooding potential. And then we got this system still here, Ingress 90 right there. Big problem right there. So again, watching these systems. Really, the biggest threat I get from all these systems right now that come through the Caribbean, or even that's MS 90L, biggest threat's going to be really flooding. But really, until then, nothing has really we've seen anything happen. But certainly, going to be watching very, very closely to see what we could possibly look at in the future in terms of flooding and potential tropical activity. So in terms of satellite, satellite is just not looking very healthy at all, honestly. And in terms of rain, even in the next 100 hours or so, just an incredible amount of flooding. In terms of flooding, I mean, in southeast Georgia, and northeast Florida, flooding is gonna definitely be a problem. Even if you look in the next 200 hours or so, it's just gonna be flooding is gonna be a problem. Looking at this right here, it might actually show a cold front moving through that part of might be a cold front there, maybe a system. I'm not sure. Actually curious to see what's going on there. That's making me feel. I'm curious about what's going on there. Wait a second. What's going on here? Looks like a cold front or some kind of a system there. You can see that cold front right through there. Right through that region. Yeah, it looks like a cold front bringing a lot of flooding rain to southeast United States also. Really, really bad. But you can kind of see up to 3 to 4 inches of rain well away from the coast of the United States, over 14 to 15 inches of rain. A lot of flooding. When it comes down to this system right here, go away. No one likes you, no one cares. The time. Excuse me. I'm going to be talking about Infa and Nepartak. That's probably the name of it. That's probably how you pronounce it. I'm going to go to Windy. I don't want this or this. I'm going to go straight to Windy and sort of look at the system. Nepartak is not looking very, very healthy. It's very, very, very elongated. See if we can get weather radar in here yet. But yeah, you can kind of see here in terms of rain. Just an incredible amount of heavy rain making its way into parts of Japan. But mainly I'm going to be talking about this system for right now. Wherever China went, where's China at? I can't miss it. It's a huge country. Okay, there we go. So you can kind of see that looks like the center of circulation. Correct me if I'm wrong. Let's actually get a look at satellite because I feel like the center of circulation is right here. Excuse me. Let's go straight to visible. Looks like the center of circulation is right there. Past 12 hours. Alright. Oh, I get both of the countries right online. Actually, maybe I can do a zoom in on full screen. Okay, beautiful. I just wanted to see if I could do that. So then it's easier for me to actually know what I'm looking at because it's full screen. So as you can kind of see, if we look over here in terms of where Infa is at, roughly I'd say the center of circulation looks to be like right there roughly. Still moving in very, very slowly. It's going to move this direction and out, and it's going to probably dissipate over land if it does make a warm water. Korea is going to be affected, but if this takes a sharper turn, it's going to affect South Korea and get in here and affect Japan also. So that could be also a problem here. But then as you see here, Nepartak, very, very hard to see where the actual center of circulation is. It looks like the center of circulation is somewhere around here. Regardless, it's going to continue moving towards Japan and producing a lot of heavy rain and even possibly a lot of flooding. That's another problem I'm really worried about, and I'm watching very, very carefully. Because in terms of what we could see here, flooding could certainly be a big issue in terms of where this goes. So again, we don't think it's going to be an incredibly powerful storm in terms of wind speed, but in terms of flooding, definitely something that is dangerous and something we need to watch out for. dangerous. Just absolutely dangerous. Come back over here and try to get this to load a little bit. So just even something like that gives you an idea of just what we're dealing with right here. So again, the storm is, again, the system's right there, and you can kind of see it. It is spinning, you know. You have this huge gap here allowing for dry air to get right in here and really do damage to the storm, which will really bring it down. It doesn't have a closed bubble around it, and so it's not able to close it off because of dust and dry air is getting in the system and not allowing the system to breathe well and go through a lot of convection. But again, just an incredible, very, very incredible and interesting satellite imagery. As you can see, that system there, just sitting there, but it's going to produce quite a lot of heavy rain. You can kind of see some of those bands right here moving there through parts of Japan right now. So very, very interesting to see that. And then obviously we have Infa right on over in this region, producing a lot of heavy rain in parts of eastern China. That's going to continue to happen as this storm continues to make landfall. The hurricane watchers will continue to be watching for other areas of investigation in the West Pacific, because as we get through July into August and September, we're going to see some more, very, very probably could see some more systems in the West Pacific. During the wintertime, we're going to try to do our best to watch those systems in the South Atlantic. Even though that's very rare, sometimes we do get some systems in the South Atlantic, which are incredibly interesting to track. Unfortunately, I did miss the previous one here in 2020, June 2020, which was incredible. I think a Category 1 hurt. I guess it's called a cyclone. I'm not sure. Very, very incredible, very, very interesting. And then obviously we're going to be watching the South Indian Ocean, the South Pacific, and watching the Australian region, and Mauritius in that area, and Mozambique, and just honestly Southern Africa, Mozambique, in terms of tropical cyclones, but obviously Australia also, because they also get hit by tropical cyclones, and definitely need to be watched because they can be very, very powerful and can cause lots of flooding and obviously quite a bit of harm too. So, in terms of what we're seeing here, here's what we got. Hold up, my green screen's not looking how I want it to. There we go. Okay, so as you can kind of see, lots of rotation in this system, lots of rotation in this system, making its way closer to Japan. You can kind of see where I would assume the center of circulation would be. You can kind of see this starting to wrap up there, going through some convection also. So that system is trying to wrap it around and close off that center of circulation because it's very open, it's very exposed. Dry air is able to get right into it and rip it apart, and it's trying to close it in. You can see that right here. You can really see it's trying to close that in. You can see that wrapping in around it, closes it in. It could get a little bit stronger because you don't have that dry air just coming through that storm and weakening and keeping it down. So I'm going to have to zoom into this region right here. Hopefully it's not too close. It's pretty close, but... But again, there's a system. Just kind of want to talk about it. So as you can kind of see here, I believe that's Tokyo right there. It's hard for me to actually see screen. I believe that's Tokyo right there. We have other things indeed. Along here, you have the outskirts of Tokyo. Tokyo is one of the most, if not the most populated city in the country of Japan. Very, very populated, you know, would cause a lot of death if it made landfall. But you can kind of see some of that convection. So you can kind of see there, that system is wrapping around that center of circulation. I would assume that L, I would bring an L right there for sure. Actually, if I bring in my drawing thing, and I go to that Discord, my Epic Pen, and I can actually draw an L right there, so we can actually have a better idea of just where the area low pressure actually is at. It's really going to help us in terms of understanding the location of where the storm is at, the center of the storm, not just where the storm in general is, but the center of where the storm is at. So if I bring this down here and I do this, we can have an idea that this storm is roughly right here, and it's going in a direction like this. So I can infer, because I don't actually know, I can infer that the area, well actually that's a really big L and it's bothering me. I can automatically infer, hold up, my computer over here is about to turn off. There we go. I can automatically assume and infer that the area of low pressure is something like right here. It's not a perfect circle, but it's good enough. And it's going to move in a direction roughly like this. Sort of my own forecast cone. Not really a cone, just direction-wise. And in terms of that, that's where we can kind of have an idea of where the system is going to go. And where the system is going to go, moving in this general direction towards Japan, obviously. So that's certainly something I'm watching for. This is sort of in my way. Oh, wow. Actually, it looks like it's moving in this direction. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was moving farther northwest. It looks like it's almost moving southeast or southwest. Look. Storms there, storms there, storms there, storms there, storms. Looks like the storm's moving this direction. You know what? I don't know where this storm's at. You know, I don't know what direction it's going. I need to look at the forecast track from the Joint Typhoon Warning Center. Joint Typhoon Warning Center. And then I'd have a better idea of where this storm is at, where it's actually going to go. And then we'll have certainly a better idea of where it's going to go. Okay. So it's going this direction. It's supposed to go up north and do a twisty thing. So it looks like, so here's Tokyo. So actually it shows it being way over here. So here's Tokyo. It's going to move over here. It's supposed to make landfall as a weak tropical storm with winds of 35 knots, about 40 miles per hour. So not an incredibly powerful system. Pretty weak. But still going to produce an incredible amount of flooding. So in terms of flooding, let's talk about what we could be seeing here in terms of flooding. So again, here is satellite, just really not looking very good at all. You can see the exposed low right here. It looks like it actually falls apart. Not a lot of convection, not a lot of high cloud tops. We're seeing the greens. We are seeing some greens, which would be anywhere from negative 39 to negative 47 degrees centigrade. Even the yellow, so about negative 50 degrees centigrade cloud tops, maybe. But what you really want to see is, you know, anything about negative 70 degrees centigrade and colder. That's when you see the intense convection. Very, very powerful convection. Oh my God, 45 degrees centigrade, that's insane. So not a lot of convection, as you can see. According to this one website, actually I'm going to go to hour 42. Let's see. Looks like it makes landfall between in 39 to 42 hours from now. They're near Sendai. Now in terms of flooding, that's something I'm really worried about, because that's certainly going to be something we're going to have to look out for and watch what we're going to see, because that's certainly going to be a problem, given that this is going to be making landfall in the area of Japan. Go straight to 30 hours, because we know it's going to make landfall between in around 40 or so hours. Here's 41. Here's 43. Here's 43. But as you can clearly see, the storm is, you know, moving in this general region. If we zoom in into this part of Japan, you can really see in this northern part, some areas seeing 3 to 4 inches of rain. If we go straight to about 50 hours, it gets bigger. If we go straight out to about 60 hours, there's more rain. If we go straight to about 100 hours, 200 hours roughly, and then there's all this other rain. I want to look at the tropical tidbits, to see what they're saying for the West Pacific, just so we have an idea of what we could still see in the future. Certainly something we could be dealing with. So 45 mile per hour sustained winds. Inflo's got winds about 40 miles an hour, and air pressure is about 983 millibars. Jeez, that's low for such a weak storm. 90L, 30 miles an hour. You can see that exposed low right there. I think you would be able to see the exposed low a little bit better if it's just visible high resolution. Look at that low. It's just exposed to the atmosphere. Still doing some convection over southeast United States, like near Jacksonville, Florida. Looks like they make landfall there in Savannah, Georgia. That's like right here. Alright, I want to look at the forecast models right now because I am kind of interested what they could be saying. What is going on here? Quit it. Okay. The regions were specific. That system makes landfall. Not seeing much of anything else. 990. We certainly do see a few more storms. Nothing incredibly strong or powerful. This one right here could pose a threat to the to Japan, I should say. Wow, nothing for the North Atlantic, even as we get into the 11th of August. Excuse me. Alright, let's see. Okay. We might have to talk about the East Pacific, because that looks interesting. Okay. Whew, that looks... honestly, looks a little dangerous there. Jesus, Lord. Okay. Could this be a little bit faster? Okay, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Doesn't look like it develops into anything. However, this, woo, that looks like that could be something strong. And then that could also be something strong. Okay. So there's a system out here developing. If we go to the National Hurricane Center, I'll show you what I'm talking about. This system, again, down to only a 30% chance of development, but this down to a 40% chance. But this is what I'm talking about. That is the area of disturbed weather. Hi, how you doing, Pistol Star? How you doing? How's it going? So that is the area of low pressure I'm talking about. That could develop into something more powerful, as you saw in the GFS, showing about 950 millibars, which I would predict to be anywhere from a strong Category 2 to a moderate Category 3 hurricane with winds at around 120 miles per hour. Given what those estimates are being, maybe even 125 miles an hour. 949 millibars is pretty strong. You know, once you get down to about 940, 930, that's when you start getting to Category 4s. Once you get in about 900 below 930 into 920, that's when you're getting strong Category 4, 150, 155, and about 900, I think 930 millibars. That's when you can start to see 930, 935, roughly around the time where we see 160 miles an hour. Anything below that, 920, 910, 905, 900, 990, all the way down to 870 millibars. It's certainly a Category 5 hurricane. So, that is certainly, you know, this right here, given if this system right here becomes 949, 950 millibars, I do see 115, 120 mile per hour hurricane developing from this system right here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see another major hurricane come out of this, but it depends. If the conditions are, you know, favorable, someone's going to be talking about that. But definitely be moving along the coast, so areas along the coast of Mexico should watch it because it's going to move in this direction. There happens to be a little bit more warmer water. So certainly, definitely be watching that. The North Atlantic seems to be pretty quiet. And then after this system right here, there'll be another system which could be maybe stronger, maybe weaker. It looks like a really big wind field. Looks very large, very big. Certainly something else we'll be talking about. Not a lot more to talk about here. Also, we need more members of the Hurricane Watch team because it's just me and another person, and it would be very, very nice and very, very helpful if we got other people part of the Hurricane Watch team. So, if you want, please let me know. So, let's get on with the satellite imagery. (90C), which is Central Pacific. Basically the same thing. And you should be able to see something, so just barely able to see something there. Still quite a blob. There's a hole in this. No, it's not. It's just there. So there's, definitely see that blob of convection right there. Very, very large blob right there, showing quite a bit of convection going on. If I go to infrared, you'll really be able to see that convection if we look at this infrared. No. Clears up here. Look at that. Look at that convection, ladies and gentlemen. Just at a very explosive, really explosive how convective it is. Lots of high cloud tops. We're seeing negative 70, negative 80 degrees centigrade cloud tops. The cloud tops are very, very high. There's lots of explosive energy. There's lots of energy in the storm. Some of the meteorologists do look at in storms like this, or lots of high cloud tops, no wind shear, very moist air, lots of humidity in the atmosphere, no upper level winds ripping the storm apart. It looks very, very conductive, very, very good in terms of tropical development here in the coming days. Does anyone have any comments, questions, or concerns? I'm running out of things I need to say. So I'm going to give you a few minutes. So I'm going to wait. I might have my other team member bring in some more websites. Going to wait for those websites because there might be a few more websites that he wants me to talk about. I'm going to wait for those websites to come in, and then we're going to talk about them. I don't have anyone else here to talk about that at the moment. Got another big film thing. Alright. We got something else here. Ooh. What's this? Tracks on. Let me take a look at what am I looking at here. So this is air pressure. Oh, okay. This must be air pressure. 1,036 millibars down to 956 millibars. I see. Right? So this is tropical system trackings. Lows are on. Okay. Now this might be interesting. Okay, so let me do a loop. Get loop. These are areas of low pressure that they're finding and locating. My God, that's a lot of areas of low pressure. Jesus. Well, this area of high pressure looks like 1,030 millibars. Everything just goes right around it. Very, very interesting. See if we go down here. There's some stuff from 990 millibars. This was this is a current storm right here. 1006 millibars. So nothing super duper powerful or anything like that, but certainly something. Yes, I got the stuff on Discord. Yes, so very, very, very interesting stuff. Maybe I don't think there's anything else here. But did I get that off? That was an accident. Whoops. So, very, very interesting. Loop, I got that. See what emails I have. Just double check my emails. If someone wants to reach out to me, which I'm not opposed and I'm totally fine with. No. Oh, got more stuff. Now this, I'm actually interested in what this is going to get. There's no way. That's like 50 loads at the same time. Freaking insane. The one thing I wanted to point out is the fact that, so here's the high pressure. The high pressure is what's sort of protecting Hawaii, alright? That is sort of what is protecting Hawaii right now, is this high pressure right here. This ridge of high pressure right here is pushing all these storms down. So they may come out here, but when they hit this, they're going to turn down. Because it's high pressure, surge of high pressure is, so it may go like this, but then it's going to push downward because high pressure is pushing them down. It's compressing it. It's suppressing and compressing them. That's what's called high pressure. It's high pressure. It's high. It's a lot of high pressure. Certainly that right there kind of shows that these systems will not go towards Hawaii, because that high pressure is keeping it away, keeping it from actually making landfall there in Hawaii. Very, very important to talk about that, because these systems, it's good to know and have an idea of where these systems are going to go. See if there's anything I need to pull up on here on see if there's anything else about this course. But certainly, you know, you can flooding here and there. Flooding is going to be certainly a huge problem when it comes to some of these systems. So you really see that high resolution of this system right here alone Look at the convection. There's lots of convection, but you can kind of see the storm is being sheared off. It's trying to wrap around, but there's a lot of dry air, and it's just not working very well. So if there's anything else you need to talk about, let us know. We will certainly talk about it, but this is the satellite imagery of Nepartak. Very, very, very disorganized, not a very good looking system at all. This is how the system is currently looking. Yeah, not looking too well at all. So if I stop this, and we zoom out, okay. Oh no. I zoom down. Oh, and then you zoom into Shanghai region. Probably, yeah, no, that's definitely not gonna work very well, is it? Let me just zoom out one. Okay. And then obviously here is a satellite imagery of info. So again, info is falling apart and dissipating over eastern China at the moment. But until then, I'm gonna probably pretty soon gonna start ending it there. Nobody has any other questions. And thank you all for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This has been the Hurricane Watch Team's morning update of the Invest and the tropical systems. And that's me for today. More updates throughout the day talking about these systems. And we will definitely be talking about the 2021 North Atlantic hurricane season. Just unfortunately an incredibly powerful hurricane season I believe we're going to have, and it could just be incredibly dangerous to see what we're going to have. So that's it for today, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, and I'll talk to you guys later this afternoon. Probably at either 1 or 2 o'clock I do a stream, and then I need to do one at 7 in the morning, do one at 2 in the afternoon, or 1 at 7 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, something like that in there. What I need to do, but right now it's sort of lopsided. I'm doing one at 10, and then 2, and then sometimes I do one at like 9. It's weird. I don't know. That's what I need to do. I'm gonna Discord one more time and see if I need to talk about anything else. And feel free to like this video or stream, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to become part of the Hurricane Watch Team, email me hurricanewatching@gmail.com. My Discord is in the chat. You can reach out to me on Instagram, Hurricane Watch Team, and also Twitter. So I'm just gonna let this sit here and wait for y'all to ask any other comments, questions, or concerns. I believe I do have a message here, so I'm not gonna end this yet. Got more links, which is really good. Huh? I'm very, very completely confused given the fact that this is May of 2019. I mean 2021. Are you sure? I tell you, this is Wednesday, May 19th, 2021. I don't think this is accurate anymore, because this was for Tropical Storm Anna. Subtropical, actually. That wasn't I don't think you meant to put that one. This is from 1998. Why? I'm so confused. What's going on here? I don't understand why we're looking at things from 1998, nearly 22 years ago. But okay, what was the storm public advisories? Strike probabilities. I don't know what I'm looking at, but okay. I'm confused why I'm looking at stuff from 20 years ago. I don't understand. Okay. Oh, what they look like. Oh. Okay. Wanted to so I can like explain how they've changed over time, I guess. And how the National Hurricane Center. These were the discussions. These are the public advisories. These are the forecast advisories. So if we went to like, this was the 1st of August in 98. So we went to this advisory. And it just sort of talks about them. And this was her. This was Alex. Nearly 6 years later, on August of 2004, very similar time, just a few days later, 6 years later in 04. As you can see, it just changes just a tiny bit. You can go right here, just so it shows you how it has changed over time, and it's just kind of very interesting on how. I wish I could see like where this was. What is the strike probability? I don't understand what that means. Oh, like tropical storm force wind speed probabilities? Okay, that must be what it means. Graphics. Wow. So it was a hurricane at one point. So it became a depression. Wow. 31st of July of 04. God, I feel old because I was alive at that point. As you can see, it became a tropical storm. It became a hurricane. How strong did it become? Maximum sustained winds were 80. 100. Wow, it became a category 2. 100. I think it weakened at that point. 105. This thing was pretty darn strong. Wow, that's actually impressive. 105-mile-an-hour hurricane. 120. What is going on here? What happened this time? 6 years later again. Hurricane Alex. Friday, June 25th, 2010. Well, this is pretty old. This was 11 years ago. This is interesting. Ooh. You can see this is an O. Is this? I'm gonna say 010. It's a 2010. This almost well, I was gonna say Wait, can we just stop? I don't know what I was about to say. Hannah. Because Hannah started way up here and moved west and made landfall. South of Corpus Christi went into Mexico. How strong? No, stop. Oh, wait, no, single origin back. Wow, so it actually, maximum sustained winds were 70 miles an hour, 75, 80, 80. Did it get to 90? 85? Oh, I made landfall at 100 miles an hour. Wow. So, wow, this was of 2010. So, I'm kind of interested if I go. Oh, and we go to 6 years later in the year 20. Oh. And then we go to Alex of 2016, I think. Wednesday, January 13th, 2016. Man, that was quite a while ago. Earliest hurricane ever. I'm pretty sure this was really earlier. It was like, where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go? Where's it gonna go? It didn't last for very long at all, though. They even have 10 advisories on it. But look, I want to go and look at, I'm very curious to see what the surface wind field was. Oh, wow, it actually got pretty big. The Azores were the only places that got affected by it. Pretty obvious. But the Azores were indeed affected by the system. So this is 1998. So Tropical Storm Alex was the first system. And I wish they did stuff from the 60s, because I wanted to see Carla, or whatever it was. Was it Carla? I don't know. Was ISIS bad? I feel like ISIS was pretty bad. It was the 30th of November of 1998. I can't do, if I do 99. If I go to 05. There's Harvey, and we do like, not Jose. I meant Katrina. Katrina. Like, oh my gosh, I almost feel old, you know? Cause like, I was like 3 years old when Katrina happened. I mean, I don't remember it, I wasn't, you know? But I remember Ike. Ike was bad. Ike was really bad, but yeah, this is, as you can see, this is Katrina. Became a dangerous hurricane. How strong was it when it made landfall? I know it was bad, but how? So it made landfall as a weak category 1. $115, $115, $145, $160, $175, $165, $160. Looks like it made landfall as a high-end category 4 hurricane. Winds of 150 miles per hour. And then it quickly weakened into a depression. Or storm, and then a depression, I should say. What did we have? We had, what was the bad one? Here, let me look. Arlene, Brett, Cindy, Dennis, Emily, Franklin, Kurt, Harvey, Irene, Jose, Maria. Hurricane Rita. We all know Hurricane Rita was a horrible hurricane. Oh, wow, look at that. That was insane, dude. See that? How strong was it? It's 80, 100, 140. Oh, wow, it was a Category 5? Well, it was a Category 5 with winds of 175 miles per hour on the 22nd of September 2005. It was still a Category 4. Category 3. Why did I say Category 4? Let's take a look at Rita. Or no, not Rita. Was it Wilma? Wilma. Now, let me tell you, Wilma was a horrible 160. Man, it must have done some deadly and some severe damage down here, because that looked like it made landfall with winds of about 140 miles an hour. How strong was it when it made landfall? 125. Jeez, these storms were just incredible. I wish I had like satellite imageries of these storms. I mean, I know they do, but like. Oh, this is interesting. Hold up, let's stop. Oh, quit, chill. So let me see when it peaked. Why am I doing this on air? Don't ask me, because I don't even know. It went crazy. I'm being serious. Like, look at this. Freaking thing. What else we got here? There's so much stuff here. Oh, what the Wait, okay, Atlantic. Oh, this is from 1851 2020. 1935. 1935. So wait, let me go back. This tells you how strong it was. It was a tropical storm. Okay, let me go to the very top so I can actually understand what I'm looking at here. 1880, almost at 1885. 1851. June 25th? At 000 UTC, it was a hurricane at 28 degrees north and 94 degrees west. And it had maximum winds of 80 miles an hour. Is that how that works? I'm not sure. Actually, let me go to a storm that I know I would know. 2020. Okay, we didn't have no storm that had 200 mile an hour winds. That's for darn sure. Hold up. Let me see. We're about to go back in time. 2015. 2014. 2009, 2008, 2007, 2006. 1995. We're gonna be here all day. Oh, jeez. Okay. Hurricane. But it says negative 999. Doesn't make any sense. I don't know what I'm looking at. You're making my brain hurt. Alright, guys. I'm definitely ending the stream there. I don't know what I'm still talking about and what I'm even still talking about. Please look at Discord. I have one like. Well, that's not really gonna be it today, guys. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Without that being, wait, do I end the stream? Ooh, what is this? Oh Lord, we got more things. Change the link year. Oh, so this is 1851. So if I want to do 1890. It's insane. So if I did alright, let's do 2022, I'm kidding. 2020. Go in the future. Oh my god, there's so many storms. Yeah, they had to zoom in just on the Gulf of Mexico so you can actually see it. Wow, there was Delta, or there was Elsa. This storm came this direction, I think. No. Wait, right? Who freaking even knows? Wow, that's crazy though. Serious though, seriously. 952 millibars. 937 millibars was its peak. God dang. Alright, let's go to 1965. 1965. Was it maybe it was 19? No, it was 1960. That was the year. A long time ago, right? Yeah, we had major Hurricane Donna. 1983. It should be. Maybe it was 84. I don't remember. Yeah, it was 83 when Alicia happened. That was the year that Alicia happened, was back in 1983. I don't remember what happened in 80. Don't know if anything happened in 85. Not sure. $1983. Yeah, that was Alicia. And then obviously we can do 1900. We all know what happened that year. Wow, they think it peaked at 936 millibars. That's fucking crazy. I think there was one in 05. I think maybe it was 09. Right? Maybe I'm thinking about something else. Maybe I'm just rambling on. Was it 09? I don't remember. Yeah, it was 09. 09 was somewhat of an active year. So peak is a major hurricane. So a major hurricane, anything category 3 and above. Let's see. Gotta go to the year 1935. Maybe it wasn't that year. I don't remember. Why am I doing this on air? I would get in so much trouble if I did this in, like, my job. That's in the year 1999. Lots of East Coast storms. 1860, 1850. There's a lot of crazy things that happened. Alright, let's go to, let's do 1865. Oh. Alright, let's look at the year 1851. It's a pretty long ass time ago. Alright, I'm definitely going to end it off there. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And with all that being said, peace out. Because I've been streaming for over an hour. Yeah. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And with all that being said, peace out.